All right, people, so we're back 16 minutes away from the hour of 8 o'clock. We got Seth Viola aboard with us. We're going to be talking about sugar, glycation, and hypertension. Seth, what's up, man? Every time, every Tuesday I see you, you just look younger. Like you're aging backwards or something.
Well, that's the point here. That's the benefit of nutritional therapy. It reverses the aging process. So I have to be a living example of such.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, bud. All right, so what we got?
So we're dealing with glycation and its role with regards to hypertension. So before I share my screen, I'll just quickly mention what glycation is. So glycation is the non-enzymatic attachment of sugar to things like proteins, lipids, and nucleic acid. Nucleic acid meaning your DNA and RNA. All right? So that's when sugar is attaching to things without being regulated by an enzyme. So it's happening without your body giving it permission to happen. And the main unusual cause of that is due to too much sugar in the system.
Right.
All right. Now, glycation can happen with foods during the cooking process. Cooking with sugar causes instant glycation.
Right.
All right. So this is something a lot of people are unaware of. So people that love to stew, right? You are producing glycation and eating it, right? So that's not a good thing at all. Smoking also causes glycation as well. So a lot of things that people indulge in, they're unaware, causes this condition. And when you have proteins, sugar, and heat, that's what you call the Maillard's reaction, which is where you get instant glycation taking place. So when people bash meat, they're unaware that it's not the meat that's causing the problem, it's the additives that you are putting into it that is causing the issue and wrongfully blaming something else. All right, but let's get on to the glycation with regards to hypertension. So I'm going to share my screen here. So let's take a little look inside the blood vessel and let's see what happens with regards to glycation here.
Right.
All right, so glycation causing hypertension. Everyone, I hope everyone's seeing the screen. So let's take a look here now. Let me remove this. So we have the sugars here. Let me get a nice little highlighter here that I could use. So we have sugar here. This is the glucose. All right, so when glucose enters your bloodstream, and there is too much, because we know we have a release of insulin that will transport glucose into your cells, but when there is too much, or you even have fructose, which doesn't cause insulin release. So a lot of fructose usually is sent to the liver, but then when the liver is overloaded with too much fructose, a lot stays in the bloodstream. And that causes glycation. So let's see what happens with glycation. Think of glycation like caramelization. Think of caramel. No, caramel is wrong and very sticky. Right? So caramel is very sticky like an adhesive. So you have this now, this glycated product, attaching to the proteins in the walls of your arteries. So as we see it represented by these here and down here. Seeing it happening there.
Right.
So when it sticks to those proteins now, remember this is a sticky substance. Other things passing through your blood vessels can now attach to it as well. Even other proteins. So it can cause the cross-linking of proteins. So it would stick proteins together. Now, remember this is like an adhesive. Your blood vessels are designed to contract and expand when blood is passing through it. And in fact, that's how blood is pumped. The blood vessels contract to push the blood forward, and the part that the blood is going to expands to get the blood in.
Right.
But when you have these cross-linking of proteins, it stiffens the walls of the blood vessels. So the contractility and elasticity of those blood vessels reduce. So now, instead of the blood vessels expanding as they should, there is restriction in that expansion. So think of it as this way. You have a hose, and you place a sticky substance within a hose that is an adhesive. and it causes a lot of things to stick to that substance, then it's going to stiffen and calcify, solidify, stiffening the hose. So when water passes through now, it can make that hose tighter and weaker, more brittle. And the pressure in the hose is going to increase because there is less elasticity in the blood vessel. Okay. And that automatically increases the pressure. So it's like you have a pipe that is made to expand, but now it's not expanding when you have the same amount of fluids passing through it. So automatically, the pressure is going to increase.
Right.
So glycation plays a key and significant role with regards to hypertension. And glycation is caused by sugar.
Sugar.
So as you can see down here, these areas here represent the thickening of the blood vessels due to plaque and stuff building up, and then it gets more and more narrow. Mm-hmm. And of course, pressure goes up.
Up.
All right? It narrows the arteries, pressure goes up because the arteries can't expand as they should.
Okay.
So, when it comes to hypertension, sugar plays a key and significant role. And I saw the other day a news article showing that we're spending about $150 million with regards to diabetes, right, in the public health system per year, right? People still don't understand what sugar is. This is what I go through in my consultations, my re-education consultations. I educate people as to what sugar is so that they learn to identify all the forms that sugar takes, all the forms that sugar have, because you ask the average person what is sugar, or if they can identify all forms of sugar, and they cannot.
Yeah,
I've been doing it for the past almost 5 years, and I haven't had a single person that was able to correctly answer that question.
That's
right?
True. Inclusive of that, I think, I have heard that sugar is linked to hypertension and other diseases as well. But until today, the way that you explained it there, I think I now understand how it's linked to hypertension. So, people tell you that sugar is the root cause of nearly every disease or problem that we have. But you just explained it in a way there that I now understand how sugar is connected to high blood pressure. Because some people might hear it
through that glycation process.
The glycation process, yeah.
That glycation process, when you check it, you're going to see that glycation is linked to practically all diseases.
Let me just ask you something. We have about 2 minutes left, right? But I just wanted to ask you about this. Because while they were talking about sugar and glycation, I was just Googling sugar substitutes. Because, some people say, well, they use these substitutes. You go to a hotel, they offer you coffee and whatever, they put all these little sugar, these sweeteners, right? And I'm seeing here that artificial sweeteners, chemically produced, and can be hundreds of times sweeter than sugar with low or no calories. Is that fact or myth?
So I have seen some like that, right? And then you have some that are different. So you would have this stevia, from what I understood. They have low or no calories added to it. But we have to understand something. Calories is not just it, right? Because people have the belief that calories is what it's all about, because a lot of those sugar substitutes, though they may not have calories, they can contribute to causing cancer. Many of them.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So you're looking at, and this is why I tell, I don't count calories, Calories is a thing of the past, right? Because not all calories are the same, and we have that misunderstanding and thinking that, oh, well, this is low calorie. Calories is not what's going to determine health, right? It's where the calories are coming from, right?
Okay.
So people have this whole belief that, yes, you need a certain amount of calories per day. Getting all your calories from sugar for the day and see what's going to happen to you, right? You're going to end up diabetic. You're going to end up with a lot of glycation. You're going to end up with a lot of diseases. Where the calories are coming from, which macros the calories are coming from, because you have the carbohydrates, the fats, and the proteins. Where it's coming from is more important than the total amount of calories.
Than the total
where
amount
it comes
of,
from. Yeah, correct. So where it comes from, that is what is going to let the body know to store, to eliminate, to utilize where it's come from, not just calories. So people are just counting calories at the end of the day, which is a thing of the past, right? You don't count calories again, right? Where it comes from is more important than how much calories you get in, right? Anybody still counting calories, you're not on a good path. You definitely need to book an appointment and come and see me, right? Because you need to get a better understanding of nutrition. All right, so nobody should be counting calories again. That's very outdated, very, very outdated. All right, because look at sugar substitute is agave, but agave is made up of 95% fructose, and fructose is a deadly sugar, right? Okay. But it doesn't cause an insulin release. So you'll say, well, look, this is spiking the sugar or whatnot, and because it's not over activating the pancreas and so forth. But fructose causes 7 to 10 times more glycation than glucose. So that percentage rise is 700 to 1,000% more glycation. Wow. And then it causes now a lot of damage to the liver, because only the liver can metabolize fructose.
Okay.
Right? And the byproducts of that is extremely toxic. So it damages your liver, and your liver, plays a very key significant role in maintaining the health of the body. So, like I said, people need to come and see me to get a better understanding. Remember, knowledge is always power. Always, always power.
Right.
If you apply it. Right? Because there's one thing to have it, but if you're not applying it, then it makes no sense even having it in the first place.
Spinning top in mud.
All right?
All right.
Spinning top in mud. All right, so next week I'll be focusing on the medications pertaining to hypertension.
Medications pertaining to hypertension. All right.
Correct.
Interesting. So I'll tell you what, people, you can contact Seth Viola Board on 2793935 or 7611952. Make sure and book an appointment today and start reversing those diseases instead of managing it. Seth, thanks a lot, man.
Thanks for having me.
Cool. All right, so that's Seth Viola Board on the inside there. Glycation, sugar, glycation, and hypertension. Now you know. We'll be back after this to wrap things up.